Hello, peoples of YouTube. How is it going? It is GC Wrestling Talk back again. Second video in one day. It's just like we're too good. We're committed. It's too much.
Yeah, bro, it's not like we missed our original release
Yeah,
day and
no, not
had
at
to
all.
make up for it.
We,
No, no, no.
we we're never late on these uploads. We stick to our
We're doing this
schedule.
for you guys. We do this for you guys. Only for you. No one gets the special
Exactly.
two a day
Video.
podcasts.
It's crazy. The first one was an hour and 40 minutes. So like that's time out of our day just for you guys. It's crazy.
Bro, we're gonna be on here for like 3 hours. Trust me. We're gonna be
Um
killing it for you.
um about that. All right. Either way,
No one knows yet, Klaus.
I'm sorry. So we will be talking about Smackdown Live, July 23rd, 2019 edition. So overall, like a brief opinion on the show. How did you think it compared to other shows?
It, you know what? It did its job. I won't lie. It did its job in setting up matches that, for SummerSlam that, were kind of knew that they were coming. And it was just a good show to allow those to enter, and then we just had, and basically I think every match that happened involved, the SummerSlam stipulations and nothing too random, except for one match, but still it allowed us to get more detail into SummerSlam.
Yeah, I actually really liked it. There was many different like segments throughout, which I thought really worked together. I Shane again. We'll get more into that, but it's I liked it. I liked it. We'll just start with that. So to begin the show, we had a recap of KO's pipe bomb once again. Like it was a great pipe bomb. Don't get me wrong, but it's like the 17th time we're seeing it. I think we know what it is, but
Yeah,
well, it showed that, and then it went to KO last week with like the town hall, and then the match with Ziggler. So, and I also wrote in my notes this week marked 2 straight weeks on Monday Night Raw with no Shane McMahon.
legendary.
That is, it's a step in the right direction. I like that. I can get
Keep
behind
Shane
that.
on SmackDown.
Yes. Or nowhere. That'll work too. But SmackDown's
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
yeah.
So, and then we go to the commentary table. We got David Otunga. Oh, rest in peace, Byron Saxton's father. That is terrible news to hear about. You'd never want to hear about stuff like that. So, let him take all the time he needs through the difficult time.
Yeah, it does suck.
Yeah, and David Otunga. It's been. I actually really liked David Otunga when SmackDown Live first came up. I thought he was one of the better commentators. Do you know why he got taken off? Because I think he's on the pre-show now, or on pre-Raw,
He,
whatever it is.
I honestly don't know why. I think they just didn't think it would fit. I don't know.
I thought he was good. I don't know. So yeah, it was
I
cool
did too.
seeing him.
I think it's
And
also the
then
same situation with like Mario Ron. How do you pronounce his last name? Mario
oh crap,
Ronelli. Like, he commentates on
Mario
NXT.
Ronaldo. There we go.
Ronaldo. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Same thing with him. I really liked him. I feel like he
yeah.
boosted SmackDown with his
He
great
had a
commentary.
problem with JPL. What the hell? JBL
JBL.
though.
Yeah, but now JBL is not there, so I don't understand why he's not back on there. But I
Yeah,
do
I don't know.
understand that he is on NXT though.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can't really complain. I like all the commentators on SmackDown. Raw, they're decent too. Like, I don't really mind any. I didn't like Coach, but now that he's gone, that doesn't really matter. So, yeah. And then we also had your boys, the New Day,
Daddy?
on commentary for the first. I think it was just the first match, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because then after the. Yeah, yeah. So, New Day was on commentary for the first match. And then we start the show with Shane McMahon coming out, and he announces that he will be facing Kevin Owens at SummerSlam. So that was the first match that we got added. And just saying, I called it like the week that it happened, like that the pipe bomb happened. I knew it was gonna be him versus Shane. Just saying, I called it before
Hey
Extreme
man,
Rules.
it was pretty obvious. Let's be honest here.
Okay, but you said it's probably gonna be Shane versus like Roman or something. You can't even lie. There's footage.
It's true, but it's true.
Just saying, I just called it.
But I
That's all I'm saying.
bro,
It was
fine.
pretty
You called
obvious,
it.
but I called it. I called it. So,
I'm happy with
yeah, it was obviously getting built to that, especially the last few weeks.
it. Yeah.
And Shane McMahon got a "You can't wrestle" chant as he was talking. Okay, like you can hate Shane as much as you want, but that's just not correct. He's a
He can
great
wrestle.
wrestler.
It's really good.
Like he can do flips. He has nice strikes. He has good grapple.
He does
Like
things that he
he's a good
shouldn't be
wrestler.
able to do.
Yeah,
Like the man's almost like 650, like, and he's doing what he does. So you can't really say he can't wrestle.
it's
I mean,
different
is
to
it
hate.
amazing? No, but you know,
Yeah,
it's definitely he's there. He's doing good enough.
there's a different thing or a different meaning behind hating like a character getting screen time and then also hating the person. The person is a great wrestler. The character I understand, but you can't really hate on Shane for wrestling because he does that well.
Yeah.
So after that, we got the stipulation for the match that if KO loses, he must quit. And then Kevin Owens interrupts Shane McMahon and says, or he just goes on a promo and he's just like with the fans and just everything. He's changed for the better in my opinion. I really like this face, Kevin Owens. It's a
Yeah.
nice change up. Okay, I wrote this in the notes. This match, why not make it an I Quit match? If they don't, it's just a missed opportunity. Because they keep
Yeah, but I
saying
think
like, "I'm gonna make you quit." Okay, put Shane's like authority up on the line and KO's career. Whoever says I quit loses their like position.
mm, but I don't think they do that just because they. I guess not that they need Shane, but like who's gonna take over? You know?
No, he just doesn't need to be on TV as much. Like not
But
he
then,
loses the job like completely, but just KO agrees that he agrees that he can't be on TV anywhere near as much as he is.
mm,
It's like
that could
stipulation
work.
like that because it would make the match more interesting too. Because it's no DQ, go wherever you want, just beat each other up. I thought that would be the best option.
Yeah. And it's gonna be in Toronto, in Canada, the home country of Kevin Owens.
Yep,
That's gonna be fun. He's from Ontario,
interesting.
right? Or where's he from?
Uh, Quebec. I'm not sure.
Quebec.
Yeah,
He's from
I'm not
Canada.
sure. Yeah, and then Shane McMahon made tonight's main event or last night's main event with
Nope, two
Kevin
nights ago.
Owens. No, today's.
It's Thursday time.
Oh yeah. We're kind of like really late with stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it
It's not our
was.
fault. I blame Plus.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I have nothing to do with it.
yeah,
It's
it's my fault, but
busyness.
it's
It's
fine.
just yeah. And then
We're busy.
we got Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns in the main event. I was actually kind of excited about that. I'm like, if they actually give them time, that could actually be pretty good.
See,
I
I
don't.
was
There's
excited, but then I realized they're not gonna give him time.
yeah, and then they got like 5 minutes at the end, but
Yeah.
it's fine. And I'm actually really liking Roman now. He's growing on me, like a lot.
I think it's because he's not in a main title hunt anymore.
Yeah, I
Whenever
don't
we
even
heard
think he's gonna
Roman
be a part of the pay
Reigns,
per view.
yeah, well, before the incident that happened that kept him out, him getting leukemia again, all we saw of him was he's in a title match. He's in any title match that they
Yeah,
could possibly put him in. You know, he was never in a singles rivalry. Now, if he was, it was rare. You know,
yeah, true.
and then not to say that the leukemia allowed us to take a break from Reigns, because that's not what I want to say. I really felt bad for him when he got
Yeah, I
leukemia,
did too.
but it definitely allowed us to get a break. And now that he's back, he's honestly been one of the best wrestlers on TV. Granted, he's on Raw and SmackDown pretty much every
Yeah,
week, but
mostly Raw, even though he's a SmackDown guy.
yeah, but I do like what he's doing, and I'm just happy. Do I think he's gonna eventually be in the title hunt, in the main title hunt? Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, of course.
But hopefully, when they do it, if he loses it, he's not back in it instantly.
Yeah,
He'll
takes a break.
they'll allow him to take the loss, move on to another storyline.
I agree. And then we had information that Kofi Kingston was going to be picking his opponent for SummerSlam, along with a Miz TV with Shawn Michaels, which actually caught me by surprise. That was kind of a weird one. I didn't really see the correlation why Shawn, but it led into something nice, which we will get to again later.
Yeah.
So the first match of the my bad. Then we got Drew McIntyre with Elias and Shane McMahon. You can't really blame me for skipping this part. Um,
Yeah.
Shane McMahon's talking, and he basically wants to screw both Roman and Kevin Owens. So he makes Drew McIntyre the special guest referee. He makes Elias the guest timekeeper, and then Shane McMahon is the guest. What was it? Ring announcer?
Ring announcer.
Yeah, so that happened. And then we moved on to our first match of the night, which was a really good match.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed this match. For a SmackDown match with Apollo, it was really good. So it was Shinsuke Nakamura, the new Intercontinental Champion, versus Apollo Crews, who got a win against Andrade last week. So this match was actually really important for him to do well. He didn't really need to win it. And we started it off with one of the spots. Apollo gets Shinsuke up in a suplex, and he held him for probably longer than I've ever seen someone hold someone in a suplex.
It was insane.
It was like 15
That is
seconds
raw
at least.
power.
I know, and he was spinning around at the end before he dropped him. That's crazy.
Like, I don't know how to picture it for people. Like, what would that feel like? It's like,
Almost passing out because all the blood's going to your head.
yeah, that is
It's like if
hard
you're
to
laying
believe.
down in your bed with your head hanging off the side or something, and just all the blood
Yeah.
goes to your head, and then you even more of an impact.
And Shinsuke's not light either. How heavy is that man? He's like he's like two something, no?
No, he's not one.
Or is-
He's probably 230, 225.
And Apollo just holds him up with ease.
Apollo's not even
Just-
that much. I think Apollo's 250, 240, 250, and it's all muscle.
Bro, just imagine his bench. It's a murder.
Yeah, but that was a really cool spot. And then Apollo hit a moonsault off the apron to Shinsuke on the outside. Apollo's really good. I'm glad they're actually using him now, because he beat Andrade, which is big for him, and now he got the longest match of the week in WWE in this one. And he did really good. He made the most of it. And then Apollo.
This match, or keep going.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say this match really, it showed what I've been saying for a while, and that Shinsuke is good, and he is good if you give him time.
Yeah.
If you let him, build up the match. This match wasn't even, there's nothing behind it. It was just a random match on SmackDown.
And it was really
But they were
good.
given time. So, with them given time, I've been telling you for the last couple of times on this podcast, Shinsuke can be a main event guy. They just have to give him some time. And I'm happy that they're giving Apollo some time too. Because I honestly believe, if not a main Carter, he could be easy, really good mid Carter. So I'm just happy that this match allowed us to see the potential of these guys and that they're not just, randoms that they put in a match because they didn't know what to do, you know?
I also think that the meaning of putting Apollo, I think they're gonna give him more time in the future now because I think they have more faith in him now. Because before he wasn't even like he would get attacked like pre-match or like not even have a match, and to give him the win against Andrade, like I've said a few times, and then next week to face off with the Intercontinental Champion, like that's big. That's a big jump.
Yeah.
So I hope they continue it because he is really like one of the most athletic superstars. He's so good.
Like I could easily see him as a what's on SmackDown? Intercontinental, right? I could easily see him
Yeah,
as an Intercontinental champion.
I could
So
too.
if this is a match at SummerSlam, I'd be down. Because at first I thought it was gonna be Ali, but we'll get to what Ali has in
Yeah,
mind later. But if this is the match at SummerSlam, I'm down for the Intercontinental title.
yeah. So afterwards, we got another Samoan drop by Cruz. He kind of like he tossed um, Shinsuke into the air, caught him in the Samoa drop. That also looked really cool. Shinsuke had the move where he got Apollo in between the third and second rope, and then he like runs to him and then does like a sliding German suplex through the ring. Oh my god, that move is so sick. I don't think
Beautiful.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do that.
Yeah.
It's like so
Uh,
original. It's so nice.
it's just him. It's awesome.
And then, of course, New Day was commentating this match, so just everything they were doing, just like yelling at Shinsuke and like yelling at Apollo to get better and stuff. It was just hilarious.
Anything with
And
the New Days.
yeah, they're
I
so
just
good.
and I'm kind of mad. I'm not mad, but I'm a little like it's a missed opportunity that they didn't bring out their announce table.
I know the pancakes.
And people are gonna say, "Oh, well, because they've commentated more." They literally, and that's not true. Literally, every time that they bring out that pancake
It's
New
one
Day
match.
announce desk, it's one match.
Yeah,
So they could have easily done it, but you know, it is a missed opportunity that I wish they didn't miss.
yeah. And then Apollo went for a standing shooting star press when uh, Shinsuke moves out of the way, hits the Kinshasa, and Shinsuke wins in about like probably 10 to 12 minute match, which for Apollo is like unheard of on the main roster.
Yeah,
So really good job by both of them. Really enjoyed this match. I would honestly give it like it's between a 3.25 and a 3.5.
I'm
I'm
gonna give
gonna
it a 3.5
I'm gonna give it a
just because
3.5 too.
of just because this is showing, like we said, this is showing us what these two are capable of, and I'm really happy about that.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because they were given time. I thought this was gonna be like a 2 minute match. They got some really nice spots in that time, and it was action packed. Like I didn't really get bored other than the commercial break, where they just have it playing in like the top corner.
Yeah, with no noise, it
Yeah,
looked kind of dumb,
so
but
I
yeah,
really liked it. Great start to the
it was
show.
it was good.
So yeah, you want to talk about after
Yep.
what occurred?
So this is kind of what makes me feel like this is gonna be the match at SummerSlam because after the match, since Shinsuke decides to attack Apollo Crews like the heel that he is, and show him who's boss and who's on top, and that's kind of what we expected. So, yeah, it was pretty cool, and
Oh,
I'm
I just got a sick idea.
mm,
Okay, next week, have Shinsuke Apollo again. Have Shinsuke assault Apollo before the match, and then Ali save Apollo, and then Andrade attack Ali and have a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship.
okay. That would be decent,
That would
but
be
it's also a
sick.
long shot.
I know, but it would be sick.
It would be pretty cool. It'd be a pretty
That would
long
be
shot,
match of the night.
but it'd be
100% that would be match of the night. That
cool. At
AJ
SummerSlam,
and Ricochet.
yeah, it would be fun. But obviously, after, like we said, Shinsuke attacks. That's done. Move on to backstage, where they announced that Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, will face the Iconics next week. You write cringe.
Yeah,
What part?
it's just
The whole
everything
thing?
about them. Yeah.
We're talking about yeah. You're right.
Like the way they're
Yeah,
just like sitting and like staring at the camera every once in a while. The whole thing was cringy.
kinda. Yeah, they're not great, but in ring they're at least decent.
Yeah, they're good.
All right, then we got Ms. TV coming up after this little segment. So, in this little segment, we were talking about earlier with Ali. We thought it was gonna be him versus Shinsuke Intercontinental title. We thought that was probably gonna be the guaranteed match at SummerSlam. And then he cuts this promo where his hand is the pen, and he's writing his own story.
It was a
And he
really good
says he
promo.
wants to be. It was pretty good.
It was really
And
good.
he's saying, no one's controlling me. No one's telling me what I have to do, where my place is. His goal is to become WWE champion. And in all honesty, after that promo, I honestly believe he could do it.
I thought he could beforehand. Like before Elimination Chamber when he got injured. Okay, I was thinking about this yesterday, right? After he did this promo, if he didn't get injured, everything in WWE would be different right now. Just think about it. Kofi wouldn't be WWE champion. New Day probably wouldn't be tag team champions because they got it because of Kofi, I'm assuming, so they could all be champions. Daniel Bryan would still probably be champion, making a heel champion, which means Randy, Samoa Joe, all that wouldn't have happened. And then him and Rowan would have never won the tag titles. It would probably be Heavy Machinery by now. Kevin Owens would have never turned heel and then back to face. He would have just been face the whole time, so he probably would have had a different rivalry. Dolph Ziggler would have never came back with the "it should have been me" stuff, which is gonna take out a later segment that we're just about to talk about. Literally everything would have been different.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy. One little injury just changed all of SmackDown.
I still don't think Bryan would have went through Mania as champion though.
I
think
think
he would have lost.
I don't think he
I
would have
think he
lost to
would've lost.
Mustafa. Because I don't think it was in the plans for him to lose it. I think it was just Kofi Mania was so big that they kind of had to.
No. I personally think he would have lost, but maybe not.
I don't. But still, everything else would have stayed the same. Or would have changed from now.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have gotten KO Shane. Because he probably would be in another rivalry.
Yeah. I mean, a lot definitely. Either way, a lot would have changed.
That's crazy. It's crazy to me.
You know, but at the same time, I'm not mad at the other side of the outcome.
No, I'm not. I'm happy with everything.
I'm not mad at Kobe beat you. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, Ali's promo was great, and then we do a Raw reunion recap. We would go into detail, but we literally posted a video early about it. So go watch that before you watch this.
Or after, that works too.
After works too, but it would make more sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got HBK on Miz TV. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, very.
Why Sean on Miz TV? I kind of get it.
I get it now,
Dolph,
but at the time I didn't get it.
At the time, I'm just like, is this just gonna be a random segment? But it was pretty cool. I honestly wish Sean hadn't retired. When he did, I get
too premature. He had so many years left in him.
Yeah, I get it. You know, maybe he just wasn't feeling it anymore. But I honestly do believe he could have kept going. Like,
I do too.
He could have at least. I think now it's past where he could have, kept going. I think he could have.
Retire. It was
26. WrestleMania 26.
So
It born on
2010.
35. Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2010 because 25 is 2009. So that's
Yeah.
9 years
So
ago, 9.5 years ago. I think at least until 2014, 2015, he would have been like still
yeah.
insane.
No, honestly, he could have. And it would have been. I honestly, the way I would have booked it, if he wouldn't have retired, if that match wasn't a retire, I'm not gonna say that Undertaker shouldn't have won that match, but just if that match wasn't a retirement match, if
Yeah.
Shawn just lost to lose.
I mean, I get he wanted to retire. It wasn't like they wanted him
Yeah.
to retire. So you got to respect
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah. You
it's
gotta respect
sad
what he
for
wants.
us because we want to
But if
see him.
Yeah, we would have wanted to see him doing more. But if for me, if he didn't want to retire and it was kind of like a 50-50, so he just didn't retire and it was just a regular match, if he would have, like you said, kept going till what, 2014, that's what, WrestleMania
30.
30?
Yeah.
The same year that The Undertaker broke his streak.
Oh,
I'm
that's crazy.
saying, I'm saying you keep it the same. You change absolutely nothing about it, but Shawn beats Undertaker instead of Brock.
And then they
And
both retire. That could have
that's the
solved
end of both of
everything.
them.
That could have literally solved
And
everything.
so I honestly believe that if he didn't want to retire at that time, that's when he should have retired. And it would have been perfect.
But then we wouldn't have really had the Hell in a Cell match with Triple H and Undertaker at like 29 or whatever. 28, 29.
I mean, technically you still could.
But
It
Shawn
would be
was the
like,
guest referee.
oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
So that probably wouldn't have happened. But still.
Okay, probably not that stipulation, but you could still say Triple H versus Undertaker happened twice.
Yeah.
Maybe not that stipulation, but it still happens. And then it could be like, it could have been like Shawn, like Triple H's pissed that he couldn't do it after having two chances in a row, and Shawn's like, I feel you, and then leading up to 30, um, maybe they're doing like a, I don't know, maybe because then I feel like Triple H should also still be going with Shawn then, at least kind of
They do
there.
Triple H versus Shawn. And then Shawn wins to get the match versus Undertaker.
Yeah, it's like they both want it. Like Triple H wants it for the third time. But
Yeah.
then Shawn's like, you know what? You're so determined. I forgot how determined I was, and now I'm looking back at it, and I want this streak. I want to beat this streak more than you do.
Dang,
And then
WWE
they
should
have a
hire us,
match.
man. That would have
It would
been
be pretty good.
legendary.
That could have been really good.
And then,
But again, we gotta respect what Shawn wanted to do.
yeah,
So,
for his
but
family,
it could have been
understandable.
yeah. But it was could have been good. Could have been good. But so anyway, we go and so we have Dolph Ziggler. So it's just an interview, a casual interview between Miz and Shawn, and then Dolph decides to come out and he trashes on Shawn, talking about how, I'm better than you and all this that Dolph has always been. He's always, I see
Should
Dolph
have
as
been
a
him.
Shawn Michaels.
Should have been
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but Dolph also talked about a lot of another superstar that didn't do so well in his last match, and this is Goldberg.
That was that was funny.
It was pretty funny dig at him. Um, Sean says that Ziggler's an HBK wannabe. That's kind of, it's pretty true. I mean,
I
just
could see
Ziggler's
it.
his own
Yeah.
thing.
I think didn't Shawn Michaels train Ziggler?
Uh,
I
I
know he
know he
trained
trained
Daniel
Bryan.
Bryan. I think he trained
I don't know
Ziggler
if I'll
too.
say.
Because they have a very similar
Uh,
like style.
he could have. He definitely could have. Um, I know they had a rivalry back in the day,
Spirit Squad.
didn't they?
DX
Yeah, that
Spirit
good old.
Squad. The
It
best
was, but
rivalry.
you already know. But you know, I do think I see where they're getting the Triple H, the Shawn Michaels wannabe, but Ziggler's
Yeah.
also his own thing. It's definitely not exactly the same, but I could see. I could see that little thing. Um, like we've been talking about before, Ziggler, he should be a champion right now. We wanted to be an Intercontinental champion if he's not another world champion. So, give him an opportunity. I know there's not. This is why I kind of wish there were more mid card titles, but at the same time,
It just wouldn't
it
make
would kind of be
sense.
wouldn't work.
So why would they go for one and not the other? If like, I don't know. I couldn't see that working.
Yeah, so but he definitely Dolph deserves another title run. With what title, I don't know, but he definitely deserves another title run. And then the Miz, with this segment, with what they're doing with Miz and Ziggler, I don't really know where it's going,
Yeah, I don't
but I
either.
think that match would be good. If they put that match at SummerSlam, I'd be down.
Yeah, this promo, especially for Miz, just made me realize how good he actually is. Like, I keep forgetting because he's a face now and he doesn't really do much. But, like, he is one of the best talkers, I think, in WWE history. Easily, like, top 10. And it's sad because it's kind of, like, overshadowed by the fact that he's a good guy now. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but he's definitely if they give him like I could see him as a face and champion. They just have
I
to
mean,
give
they
him
did
that
it once.
opportunity. Yeah, but he instantly lost it.
Yeah,
Lost it.
it didn't go well, but it did
Yeah.
happen.
But it's definitely different though. He's definitely a lot better of a face than he was last time.
Yeah,
You definitely, you understand it now because he's more. You kind of go with the fact that he's a family man now. He's got a kid and
yeah.
he wants to keep it cool. So that's why you can kind of see it more than back in the day. But this interview gets heated, and um, obviously on most occasions on the show, a brawl breaks out, and Ziggler hits Miz. Shawn goes to check on Miz. As soon as Shawn turns around, Ziggler hits him with a super kick, and at this point, um, you believe it might be Shawn at SummerSlam.
I want it to be.
You you want it to be? You see it?
I just want to see Shawn in a one on one more time. That's all I want.
His last SummerSlam match.
That would be.
What was his last SummerSlam match?
I don't know. It was so long ago.
Before it was
Is
pretty
it
long.
JBL or Jericho?
I think it was Jericho. I'm trying to
I don't
remember. I
know.
think
Or
it was
was
the
it Cena?
same.
No, it wasn't Cena.
Was it the same SummerSlam with Team Cena versus Nexus? No, right?
That was Survivor's. Oh no, it was SummerSlam.
No.
No, that
SummerSlam.
was 2011.
Uh,
I don't think Shawn was in that.
I'm trying
I
to
don't
think.
know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nah, but whatever's last time, it was so irrelevant that we don't remember.
But yeah,
But
I would love
they
to see
can.
that.
It would definitely, like you were talking about earlier in the earlier podcast, it'll allow us to get more people, more legends, more old school players into this pay-per-view, more veterans. So,
Yeah.
it'd be cool to see. I'd be down. But it's probably gonna be, if not Shawn Ziggler, it'll probably be Miz Ziggler. So,
Yeah. Either way, I want Ziggler on the card. He's great. One of the best sellers is ever probably.
yeah,
So no,
definitely.
I'm fine with whatever. So
Um,
shall we move on to the match?
yep. Moving on to match number 2, Ember Moon versus Charlotte Flair. Best match of the night, bro.
Yeah,
They did everything right.
5 out of 5.
Not a single thing went wrong with this match. Literally
It, it,
perfect.
it felt like such a quick match because I was just so thoroughly entertained the whole time, you know?
It was so good. Like better than any other match I've ever seen before.
Yeah, it was up there. Match of the year for sure.
100%. Now let me tell you about this
Yeah,
match.
just recap
Here's
real
what
quick.
happens. Here's a real fast recap. Bailey comes out, distracts Charlotte. Ember Moon rolls up Charlotte. Ember Moon wins.
It was a great match.
Baller
Like,
match.
just thinking about it right now, it's giving me goosebumps. Like, it's crazy.
It's match of the year.
Oh my
Easy.
god. I'm like tearing up because it was brilliant. It's insane.
The entertainment, perfect.
Oh, so good.
But as the match ends, Charlotte's getting all mad that Bailey kind of come and help out her opponent Ember when they're supposed to be enemies and whatever. That's on Charlotte's opinion. But then Ember, I wouldn't say does something heel, but something a little more unexpected. I didn't really see it coming, kinda.
Yeah, I don't
But
think it was a heel move. I think it was just a statement.
definitely. But Ember throws Bailey in to the ring with Charlotte. Um, then Charlotte beats down on Bailey, right?
Yeah,
Or am I wrong on that? Yep, Charlotte beats down on Bailey, and then Ember do the Eclipse. She
it's.
perfects it.
I know she's gotten so good at it.
Like if you mess it up, it looks stupid. So she understood that and went, all right, let me make it amazing while still being able to hit it 100% of the time.
It's basically the Twisted Bliss, but like 4 times harder.
Yeah,
Because you actually have to grab and then like land perfectly.
it looks so amazing, and it looked when I was watching it live, it looked like such a distance that she jumped
I know,
to
it's
hit the
crazy.
Eclipse. So I'm just like, damn, and she hit it perfectly. So I was pretty happy with that. And then she hits an Eclipse on Bailey, and she leaves her statement telling Bailey she's going to be champion. And when we get to the predictions, I got some things to say about it,
Yeah,
but we'll
me
save that
too.
for the prediction video SummerSlam.
Yep.
And then we got Kofi's segment, and we get another SummerSlam match announced. He calls out who we thought he would probably. Well, did you think it was going to be a call up? Like before SmackDown and before they announced that he was going to pick his opponent, did you think that was going to be the way that Kofi picked his opponent or got his opponent?
I thought they were gonna do a triple threat with Elias, Randy, and Samoa Joe, but that wouldn't really make
Hmm.
sense because Samoa Joe's getting a match on Saturday.
Yeah.
Who's the other one in that match?
Ziggler.
Oh, great.
Yeah. That's
Can't
okay.
tell who's gonna win that one.
Low key. But anyway,
Wait,
so Kofi
Loki
calls
isn't he in
out
New Japan?
who?
Oh, you mean Loki? I thought you were talking about the wrestler. My bad. My bad. Continue.
Shut up. But anyway, moving on. Kofi, if you didn't know, calls out Randy Orton. Um, we go back to 2009. Kofi, I'm pretty sure he didn't remember, but they told him when it was. Told him the date, November 16th, 2009. And he's talking about how. And this got real. Like that
It did
promo that
get
he was
real.
telling Randy got real. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, this is real. This is actually what happened. And, you know, it it just showed you how different it is. Kofi talked about his fake Jamaican accent, and then Randy Orton comes back and he's like, you know what? You only have this because I injured Ali. You know, um, I honestly don't remember. You thought it was Rowan?
Yeah, because
I don't
wasn't it?
remember.
I obviously it's not just one person, but they played it off as it was Rowan at the start to build him and Brian. Because remember he
Mm,
did like the manimal claw and like grabbed him by the head and then threw him on the announce table, and then they kept replaying that, saying that's where he got injured.
yeah,
So,
I honestly don't know. It could have been because at the same time I'm kind of having a picture in my head that Randy threw Ali over the announce table. So,
yeah.
but I don't know. But again,
Hey,
I
KO
called the
is from
rivalry.
Quebec. I called it.
Is it Quebec?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we're from Quebec, everybody. Um, but this is gonna be a good one. I think it'll be fun. I'm happy that Randy, like I said, like we've been talking about these old school players, they've been doing really well. Like they've
Yeah,
been having great matches. And I honestly believe this match could be a really good one, a really really good card match, a really good match on
match
the
on the
card
yeah.
for SummerSlam. So I'm excited for this.
So there was just one more thing I wanted to talk about before we move on to the match. Uh, I'm happy that WWE is trying to utilize different people now because I'm always scared that people are unhappy. I think like especially now with AEW becoming big and like it's not I don't see AEW as like strict competition. I see it as like a nice healthy competition. Like everyone needs competition, makes the world thrive. But AEW is not at the level where it could even come close to WWE and won't be for at least a few years. But I'm scared
Yeah.
like Ziggler for example. Like he never gets championships, but I've seen like interviews and he's happy. Like he genuinely enjoys everything he's doing. He talked about like losing a KO in like 18 seconds and he said he doesn't mind cuz it like helps KO and he's just like and now I hope that he gets Sean because it's kind of like okay, you're not getting a championship, but here's like a dream match that you want at one of our biggest pay-per-views. So it's kind of like rewarding him in a way.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Dolph now understands that he's in the role where he should start helping instead
Yeah.
of caring for himself. He definitely understands that if it helps out the future of the company, he's happy,
Yeah. And then
and he gets time off.
yeah,
He gets to do what he loves.
he does
He has a
comedy
comedy
shows.
show, so
Yeah.
he understands that he gets to do what he likes, and then when he comes back, he gets to help out other talent. He's not there responsible for necessarily needing to do his absolute best. He just needs to help out these others to understand that,
What they
you
need to
can
do.
do better,
Yeah.
you know?
And I just mentioned that because I always get kind of scared that people like Randy because you can never tell when he's happy because I don't think I've ever seen him happy.
Yeah, no.
But
Well, actually, you know, he's a lot different than he used to be. I won't lie. Like,
he's nicer now.
yeah,
But
he looks slick. He looks great,
especially
you know?
because he's been tweeting with Will Ospreay in New Japan, and
Yeah.
he's like we should schedule a match together, and then he like tagged New Japan or whatever. It's just stuff like that that like makes me scared because it's like Randy is a WWE through and through legend. I can't see him leaving, but again, like Chris Jericho, I didn't see him leaving when he went to New Japan, and now he's in a completely different company.
I
That's
think
always scary.
here's the thing. When Chris Jericho went to New Japan, I was fine with it, only because of the fact that he came back
Yeah, he did come back.
after being in Japan. But
True.
now he joined AEW, and I
He's
think
not coming back.
now he did it out of spite. Now he did it because he was pissed with what WWE was doing with him, even though what they did with him wasn't that bad. Um,
But they made
you know,
him literally the biggest legend, like one of the top legends in WWE history or wrestling history. His
but
world
maybe at the same
championships, his
time,
tag championships, like everything just was so good.
at the same time, maybe it's not out of spite. Maybe it's just Chris Jericho thinking
He wants to wrestle more.
this is well, maybe that, but this is a new company, and that he wants to help out
He wants
them in a
to
way
help
that,
grow the business.
yeah, well, I'm pretty sure he knows that AEW is not going to be top of the food chain when it comes to wrestling shows for a while,
I don't
but
think
he
it
wants
ever
to at
will
least
be.
help out.
That's just my opinion.
And I, yeah, maybe he won't be, but in my opinion, I'm kind of happy with it due to the fact that if AEW goes to absolute garbage and if for some reason doesn't work, and I don't think that'll happen, but if it does, understand that everyone there's gonna have veterans, like Chris Jericho, like you know, Goldust that went over.
Yeah.
So if we are lucky enough to even get a Kenny Omega or get the Young Bucks, even Chris Jericho, even Cody Rhodes come back. If we're lucky enough to get those guys back, they'll have veteran experience, so that allows them. So at the same time, while it's scary to think that a lot of our people, a lot of the superstars that are on WWE can just easily jump ship and go to AEW. At the same time, maybe we'll get them in the future, just like when people thought, oh, Hulk Hogan's now on WCW. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? But in reality, we end up getting a lot of WCW talent and some great legends and like Booker T, Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko, and all these.
Yeah.
So, it can help, but it can also hurt. So,
But I also it does make a lot of sense to me, especially for people like Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears now, Rhino who went back to Impact, RVD when he left a few years ago. It makes sense because these people want to wrestle. That's what they love. And when they're not being utilized, I can see why they want to leave. And most leave on good terms, I guess. It seems like
obviously,
a
we
mutual
understand RVD
understanding.
left on good terms. RVD left on good terms as we found out when he
Yeah,
came
because
back
he
last
came
night,
back.
or not last night, on
Rhino
Monday.
said he left on good terms. Like he just wanted to keep wrestling for the next few years or so. Uh, Ty Dillinger, he just said he didn't want to
He
live
left on
with the
decent terms.
regret of like not being a star that he wants to be. So like I completely understand people like that. It's scary to think even big
Veterans can leave.
guys, yeah, like WWE legends could jump ship.
I think at this point, Randy wouldn't leave due to the fact that he understands that he's a 15-time world champion. Or
13,
15 time? 14.
13,
He's a 14-time world. 13?
13. Yeah,
Is it?
it's 13.
He's a
He's fourth
13-time
in the
world
list.
champion. He's a Grand Slam champion. He's won the Rumble
Money in the Bank.
twice. Um, he won Money in the Bank. He
His
has been
dad's a
in every
legend.
match known to match. Yeah, his dad is a Hall of Famer. He'll 100% be a Hall of Famer. Like, I feel like at this point, he's accomplished everything and he can't really be mad because he's
Yeah,
done everything that there is to do in that company. So, at this point, I'm not really worried about him leaving just because it would be more of a bad move for him because of what the company did do for him. And he's just going to be like, nah, you did nothing for me. But in reality, we all know what the company did for him and what they allowed him to be.
yeah,
So that's why I'm not too worried about him.
yeah. I just wanted to get that out there because I know a lot of people are thinking that. So, shall we move on to match 3?
Yeah.
Alright, so match 3 was Kofi Kingston, who was already in the ring, versus Samoa Joe. We have not seen this, and I believe, according to my calculations, about 6.5 years, so it was a really big match.
Yeah, honestly, it never happened.
So I wrote armbar after armbar with Samoa Joe. That's what he does. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And then I
Perfect.
wrote Kofi's leapfrogs are special. You know the moves where like he throws his opponent on the ropes and then he does a leapfrog and then he does like a backwards leapfrog and then into like the drop kick.
Oh, the monkey flip?
Yeah.
He jumps on and gets monkey flip? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I know
no,
what
no.
you're talking
When they're running off the rope and then he like jumps over them and then they come back the other way and then he jumps over them but like
about.
not looking at them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're
He
talking about. I know what you're
That's
talking about.
crazy. He like does it so perfectly.
It's pretty good. He's one of those athletic people that we all
Yeah.
love. He's really good.
And then he did his like dive off the top rope, like his free fall. And then Kofi, I forgot what the move was that Joe did, but he like planted Kofi and he just landed like face first off the turnbuckle. And then the end of the match, it was only a probably 4 or 5 minute match. Randy Orton interferes, tries hitting the RKO, doesn't work. Technically, Kofi Kingston won the match. Can we even rate this one? I'll give it a 2.
It was okay. It was a 2. Yeah, I'd give it a 2. We see this match like every week, so it's like nothing
Yeah.
special.
So
So
Kofi avoided the RKO. What were you gonna say?
no, no, I was just saying it's nothing special.
Yeah. Kofi avoids the RKO. Randy. Okay, what is Kofi's like fighting stance? Like it's so weird. It's like He's
Oh,
like
it's like
trying
he's a
to.
part of Mortal Kombat.
I
It's
know it's
hilarious.
like he's holding like a giant stick trying to push Randy back. It, it's so funny.
It's honestly hilarious. It's like, I mean, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think of who does that fighting stance. I'm pretty sure I know somebody who does it. But he basically had his hands above his head
Yeah.
and was like about to fight.
It's like a
It
Cobra
was pretty
strike.
funny. Yeah.
And then Randy Orton turns around, RKO Samoa Joe, Trouble in Paradise to Randy Orton, and Kofi is standing tall with the championship on the turnbuckle over Randy Orton. So very excited for that match. That should be really good.
Yo, real quick. I never realized how much I actually love the name Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah.
Cause it's like
Paradise is supposed to be
it
like
like
smooth.
and then he and then I just keep remembering back in the day when he did the Jamaican accent, he went
I know.
Trouble in Paradise, and I was just like, it just it brings back great memories with it. So I actually really do love the name of that move.
Yeah, it was really good. And then Finn Balor comes out, and then it recapped Bray Wyatt's return attack on Finn from the Monday before the Raw reunion. I can't like Finn, especially because he's a Tottenham fan. Like that just makes it even worse.
Bro,
Like
get your
there's a
Arsenal
no,
fan
okay.
looking so.
There's like a level cuz like I don't find him that entertaining. I feel like he does a lot of the same stuff in every match. So like I can get behind like 30% of him. Like I'm like, okay, he's a good wrestler. He sort of can talk on the mic. Like he's okay. And then I saw him in a freaking Tottenham shirt, and it's just like,
What the shit?
it's like I can't even respect you as a human being anymore, let alone as a wrestler. So it's just like it's like a personal hatred
Yeah,
now.
if you couldn't tell, Klaus is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
yeah,
pretty fun.
it's just
Dude, Arsenal sucks. Just get over it. All right.
okay. I know we suck, but like, how low do you have to stoop to put on a Tottenham shirt?
I'm trying to say,
I'm just gonna move on. Okay,
I
I don't
own a
like
Tottenham
Finn.
shirt.
I don't like Finn. I can't get behind him. I don't know. And we got the Firefly Funhouse, the freaking song. It gets me so hyped.
Yeah, bro, it's good.
Bro, it's so catchy. I don't know what they say because I forgot already, but it's great. And then
Yeah.
we got announced that Bray Wyatt challenged Finn Balor to a match at SummerSlam. It better be Bray versus Demon, and then Bray freaking destroys the Demon, so I don't have to see the Demon. I don't have to see Finn, and I don't have to see a Tottenham shirt ever again. Okay, but
Okay, look. I'm going the same thing with you. I'm thinking it's gonna be Finn in the demon shirt, demon attire
if it's the
against
Demon and he
Bray.
wins, I'm done. I'm not watching it anymore. I don't want to watch it anymore.
I don't think it'll be a kill. Like it won't be the team killing the demon, but I definitely do think it'll be a good match. It'll make, trust me, if that match happens, it's the Fiend versus the Demon, it's gonna make you miss Finn. It's
No,
gonna make you miss Finn.
I don't like. I can't get behind Finn. I don't. I've
Trust me.
never
If
liked him.
that's what happens, if that's what happens, trust me, you will miss Finn. I have no doubt on that. You will miss Finn.
No, I can't now. And then afterwards, okay. Oh, we got Bray in his little like promo with the Fiend, and it was honestly freaking terrifying. There's just something about Bray. Like I don't know if it's his build with the mask or if it's like his creepy laugh in the background. There's
I can't wait to
something
see the
really
entrance.
off about it. Like
I can't
honestly,
wait for that entrance. That entrance at SummerSlam is gonna be great. Like I don't know what music he's gonna come out
I think
to.
he's just gonna appear in the ring.
Like at this point, you can't really tell what he's gonna do.
You're gonna
So
hear the Sting crow, and then
we'll see.
Bray's just gonna appear in the ring.
Yeah.
So then we got a recap of the 24/7 Championship on Raw, all 9 title changes, and then I thought we were gonna get an interview with R-Truth, but it turned out to be Charlotte, yay, and she
Yeah.
said she wants a SummerSlam match. So that might happen. That's great. And then
Is Charlotte getting a match, dude? If she gets a match, please don't let it be a title match. Don't put it in the
no,
title
it won't
picture.
be.
Don't ruin it. Don't put it in the Ember Moon Bailey match.
Oh, actually, they might. Oh God, no, 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 no.
Don't. If they do it, it'll ruin it. I love Charlotte, but it's
Oh
the
my
same
God, why did
situation
you even say that? I'm actually like sad now.
with.
I
It's the
wasn't even
same situation
thinking
with
about
Roman. I
that.
can admit that. I can think that. It's the same situation with Roman. They keep wanting to push her. It's like she's the female top dog, and look, she was gone for a little bit. She doesn't need to be in the title run. This is why the females need a mid card title. Um, just don't put her in that title run.
That
Leave it be.
honestly did not even cross my mind, and I'm like contemplating everything right now.
Yeah, yeah. If she gets added to that match, I'm gonna hate that match because it'll be another triple threat match for a title,
Okay,
another
well,
women's title
that
triple threat
just ruined my
match.
night. So let's move on.
Yeah,
So then we get Shane McMahon coming out with Drew McIntyre and Elias prior to the main event. I wrote a little fun fact. Shane McMahon is the most watched person on live TV just anywhere this year. Like, wherever
yeah,
you look, he's there. Like, he's gonna be there.
yeah,
He's probably broken like some records this year. It's ridiculous.
yeah. He's there all the time, every time, except for on Raw.
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks, but before that.
He'll be on there next week, I promise you.
So we had Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, special guest ref Drew McIntyre, timekeeper Elias, guest ring announcer Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is just—he's something special on ring announcer. I've never seen that like level of enthusiasm. Like
Dude, he
I
cares so
swear he
much.
forgot like someone's weight, and then the way he made fun of Kevin Owens, like it's gold.
It was great.
It was so good.
It was
And
perfect.
okay, I don't know if you noticed this. Roman Reigns actually got a cheer. Like he was getting cheered when he walked down to the ring.
Yeah,
People like him.
it's been a while.
People are
Been a while.
actually liking him.
I mean, the last time he got cheered was what, Shield? So,
Yeah, it's been a while. Like throughout the match too, he was like when he was arguing with Drew, and then afterwards, like the fans genuinely got behind him. I don't know if it was like an audio thing, like they used to do with Roman when everyone used to boo him, but it seemed like people were actually getting behind him.
yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. He's, uh, he's getting there. He's getting better. I like him. Like we've been talking about, we
Yeah,
like him. He's, he's doing better. And he's doing better in ring. His promos have obviously gotten better. If he is meant to be the next John Cena, the next Hulk Hogan, alright, that's fine. But don't make it as obvious,
yeah,
you know?
I agree. So then we had, um, it was a really short match. It was probably 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and then we had Drew McIntyre pull apart Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns from the turnbuckle, and then he's like, "I'm the ref. You can't touch me." And then Roman Reigns, what the hell is happening in the match? Okay, Braun Strowman just started rolling at the start of the match, and he just went up the ring. Um, So Roman Reigns attacks Drew McIntyre. I didn't really put a winner because I don't know what happened, like win wise. I'm not even gonna rate this
Pretty sure
match
that.
because it wasn't even a match. It literally started and ended.
Yeah. The stuff after it
But
was pretty good though.
yeah, and then Roman attacked Drew, and then Kevin Owens attacked Drew, and then Shane and Elias ran in. Kevin Owens got thrown to the outside, and then it was a 3-on-1 beatdown on Roman. We've never seen that before again. It's completely new.
Nope.
Everything is just completely new. And
Oh
then
yeah,
Kevin Owens
showing new
comes
stuff.
back in. He helps out. Roman Reigns hits a spear on
Drew.
Elias.
Drew.
Was it
Drew.
Drew? It was Drew.
Drew.
My bad. And then um, Kevin Owens hits a stunner. The fans go crazy. Roman Reigns is like encouraging him. He's like, they said they want one more. So he gets him up, hits him with the second one, and we end the night with Kevin Owens looking really strong at the end of the show.
Yeah, it was I was pretty happy with it when I saw Shane just getting his ass kicked.
It was
It
great.
it put a little smile on my face. I was pretty happy with it. It's
So
just
what
like because
would
he's just
you
such a really good
continue?
heel. So
Yeah.
he's just a really good heel right now. He's actually pissing me off. So I was
He's
pretty good
doing
with
the
it.
job he's supposed to,
Yeah,
just a little too well.
yeah, he's pissing me off a little too much, but it's fine.
Yeah. So what would you give the overall show? What did you say for Raw? You said 7.5?
That's simple, yeah.
I said 7.
Um, I'm gonna give it a seven. I'm gonna give it 7.75.
That's weird because I was going to give it a 7.25, which means we would both go up 2.5.
Hmm.
I don't know. It wasn't full of matches, which is kind of annoying because you want to see as many matches as you can on a wrestling show. But the promo work was really good. The build to matches were really good. Uh,
I definitely
some
think the match. If we were going off matches for Raw versus SmackDown, SmackDown had a better night. SmackDown had better matches
It
in
was just
general.
because of Apollo and Shinsuke, really.
That's true, but I think that yeah. No, let me change mine. I think 7.05 is too high. I think 7.25 is probably better. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because I thought Raw was still on
And
a show point better, but match point SmackDown beats Raw.
I just think SmackDown was a better overall like show. Because obviously Raw is going to be great because it has all the legends, but the actual show with current generation superstars, like nothing important happened. So I thought SmackDown
Yeah,
did a better job with that.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. It was a decent show. I enjoyed
it
it.
was good.
It's getting a lot better than it was like a month or two ago. That's all that's important.
And like we talked about before, uh, at this point, I'm fine with these SmackDowns. They're pretty good. They're decent. But
It's just builds really.
When we move to Fox in November, right? It's November
I thought it
or
was
October.
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 Or was it
Whenever they move to
September?
Fox.
I don't. Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
Whenever they move to Fox, I am hoping that again this gets a lot more serious. We get a lot more action. We get a lot more bring back blood, bring back intensity, and all that. And it'll be fun to see on Fox.
I don't
But
think
for
they're ever
now,
bringing back blood
I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling
because
it out because it didn't
concussion
seem like that big of
problems.
a deal. No, I'm not saying like chair shots come back to the head, but like definitely blading, I think could come back.
I think
Could
Vince
be a
said he
thing.
never wants to do that again. So until he leaves,
I'm not gonna rule it out,
I'm pretty much ruling it out. But continue.
but I won't rule that out. But definitely, I think it'll be a lot more fun. So we'll see as we move forward into the new era, and you know, get a better glimpse of what we're doing in the future.
All right. Shall this be the end then? Anything else you want to say?
I wanted to quick. So after tonight's SmackDown, this is the recap of matches that we will go over for SummerSlam. So this is what has been announced for SummerSlam,
I
and then I want your opinion on the show after so far after I announce all these matches.
okay.
So we have the Universal Championship match, Brock versus Seth, and then we have a Raw Women's Championship match, Becky versus Natalia. Then we have Bayley versus Ember Moon for the SmackDown Championship, and then Kofi Orton, AJ Styles, Ricochet. Is it a ladder match?
No way.
It's a ladder match.
Why? How? When?
It says, I'm reading the article, it says ladder match.
When did that happen?
I
I
don't
swear he
know.
just had an infection. That means ladder
It
match?
literally, it literally says ladder match.
Oh, so we know AJ's
um,
winning.
but, and then we have Kevin Owens Shane.
I
So,
think it's gonna be better than Extreme Rules, and Extreme Rules was great.
yeah, I think this could definitely be a 9 out of 10. I'm happy. Um, What what matches do you predict could still be coming? What matches are still gonna be put on there?
I'm the Intercontinental Championship. I'm gonna go with mine, Apollo, Andrade, and Ali, just because I really want to see that. It's a selfish reason, but I
Yeah,
think Ziggler Shawn will happen because I don't think Shawn is just gonna be okay with him getting super kicked because that's kind of what he's known for.
yeah.
Uh, we might have Iconics versus Mandy and Sonya. I don't really care, but Usos revival.
I think New Day Heavy Machinery could be one.
It, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna have enough time. That's already a lot of matches.
Yeah, but let's be honest here, they're gonna make it a really long pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, well,
Extreme Rules is almost 4, 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that.
yeah.
It was long.
So yeah,
So,
those would be the ones I would add.
but so far I'm excited. It's gonna be a great
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
it's in 2 weeks, right?
Hopefully, yeah, 2 weeks from Sunday.
Okay, so we'll be doing the predictions probably about 2 weeks from today when we get all the matches stated.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah,
Um, but hopefully, and my hope is that we'll see Brock one more time before SummerSlam. I'm happy with
yeah,
Paul Heyman, but we have to see Brock at least one more time.
yeah.
In
Just to
the next two
build up the
weeks.
match more.
Yeah, but I'm definitely happy with how he's been handling it. He was there for the first week after he won the title, and then now it's been Paul Heyman the last couple times. We just need Brock to come back one more time, and it's not bad. It's decent build for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be hard to be better than Extreme Rules. I think it can be as good as Extreme Rules, just because I was like really entertained throughout most of Extreme Rules.
Yeah,
So as long as it matches it, I'll be happy. That's all I really want. So is that all? Anything else?
yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you to anybody that has watched this. I hope you guys enjoy. If you dude, if you do slash did make it this far, uh, just leave a comment on what you guys think is going to be happening. If you guys are excited about what happened on SmackDown this week, and we,
Let us know if you would like us to do NXT or do 205.
yeah, we were thinking about adding NXT in 205, so let us know. So we will see you guys on probably Sunday for Smackville. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Smackville.
So we shall see
And
you then.
yeah,
All right, peace out, YouTube.
adios.